What is up, guys? Back in today with more Ghost in the Shell, this time with episode 6. Really looking forward to it. I've been loving the series so far. I think it's been absolutely amazing. Again, I haven't had the original, but I would say original, the initial adaptations to go off, but again, I've been absolutely loving it. Last episode was great. I didn't fully kind of comprehend the whole plot, what was going on, but there was a lot of betrayal with this corporation. I honestly thought at the end of the episode, yeah, again, was very prolific and really interesting in its themes and kind of what it covered there. With the soldier unfortunately dying, being the solo tail on his first kind of real mission after leaving the training academy or whatever it was. That was quite a touching moment. I wish we had a bit longer on that. Someone did comment, so thank you, saying that that was a little bit more extended. It was cut a little bit in the anime here, but yeah, I would have liked to maybe pause on that a bit more because that was really interesting. It seems like that is the case for every episode, that we always end off on a really interesting note. And it's almost like you want the episode to go on another 5 or 10 minutes because you've just introduced something really interesting. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what we got today. As I said, I've been absolutely loving it so far. Every episode has been fantastic. So hopefully more of the same today. Nice action last week. What was awesome. The soundtrack last week was especially stood out, I think, as well. It's Dutchy. Van der Waal. Sorry, can we just rewind on that intro? Oh, whose hand is this? That's just some random. Oh, that's a bin. Some random hand in the bin. The Micro Machine B component group. An owie in your Brady Waney. These lips are crazy, bro. Fucking hell. Again, it's on the screen for like a split second, but just the detail of these shots are crazy. And another one of these women wearing these bloody wedgie pants, by the way. What is up with the women in the show like in these wedgie pants? That must not be comfortable, surely. I mean, I guess they're robot bodies and mechanical bodies, so they probably don't feel it, to be fair. Give me some fucking painkillers. That must hurt. Well, I say that. There actually isn't any pain receptors in your brain, so stuff regarding the brain, if you were to like take a piece out, it wouldn't actually hurt, I don't think. There was something similar in the recent Saw movie. The thought of it, though, was incredibly horrifying. There's a lot right here. Apologies, guys. I'm just going to have to pause through this. There's a lot being explained right. I'm just going to rewind back to 37 seconds. And you know what? I'll sort the time out in a minute. Just go through this slightly slowly. EM matrix. Make sure that the micro machines are coordinates are networked with the transformer anchored to the orbital zone. I mean, I studied anatomy, so I should know a lot of bones, but I've never heard of that one. Size of the micro. The scan line count. So these red marks are the micro machines. Wow, there's a lot going on right here. This is how your micro that permeate brain. Send and receive brain state and electrical signal distribution information. So what does this achieve exactly, these machines? I'm going to put the timer back on now. What does this achieve? I mean, it seems like this guy is entirely human, but they're like putting machines into his brain for what function? Probably to learn more and more quickly. I don't know, but I guess we'll find out. But yeah, what does this achieve exactly? Why would you do this to yourself? With what you want this network. So he wanted to connect his brain with something or someone. That what's going on here? I guess it's quite interesting that again. I don't know if I fully comprehended what they're saying there, but it seems like you can manipulate parts of your brain and turn them on and off, which would actually be pretty handy. That would be pretty damn handy. Again, I'm not sure if I'd ever do anything like that. I think that it's really cool in regard of in the future there could be surgeries and such that could help people with certain conditions. Maybe they're blind, and perhaps you could rewire their brain to kind of have their eyes and brain connect and have them see again or something. Just for an example, like, I think that that's really cool. But I also there he is in the opening. I also do think that it is quite scary because if you can do that, what else can you achieve? And how will these super rich companies go about like selling those things? Because you know, as soon as something like that comes out, it's not just going to be given to those that need it. It's going to be given to those that pay the most and commercialized and so on. So I don't actually know. It sounds like a good thing, but is it actually? I mean, we kind of saw a little bit regarding that at the end of last episode, I believe. We didn't actually cover. There he is in the corner there. We didn't actually cover it too much, but just like the graveyard last week, I thought was like again, it seemed quite commercialized. It was just in this building, like maybe commercialized is the wrong word, but it just didn't feel like a graveyard. It was just like this random, like essentially almost like an office room in just like a big building that you go to visit, and it just didn't feel very ritualistic. I don't know what the word is. And yeah, but what's he doing it? An interesting little contraption he's got there. Pretty primitive for this series. Probably that little thing. Yeah, who does he want to connect with and sync up with? And why is he spying on one of the Tachikomas? Fuchikoma. Dumbata. Whoa, that major? So she's into the men as well. Oh shit, bro's got a shotgun. He's that pissed. Oh shit. Oh shit. Is that pissed? I must have heard some craziness last night. I mean, clearly the work of the guy we saw in the intro, but why? They even have stairs in this show. Oh, they look okay. Yeah, I'm not sure they'll take that one. Pretty ordinary looking guy, to be honest, isn't he? Again. But oh, mate, you need to put out these relationship issues that really ain't going well for you. Yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. Why the nails if that bomb was so powerful? I did just kind of miss that. I do actually want to rewind to the scene in the intro with the hospital as well. But yeah, that was something I picked up on. Like the guy that exploded himself. Why was there some? She looks really good here. I like her look here. Why was there? Why if this bomb was so powerful, which it was, and blew up the whole fucking floor? Why the need for the nails? What was the point of that? Like it kind of reminded me of there's a trap in Saw. I think it's like or 3 or 4. Can't remember which one, but there's one with like a an explosive like bowl of nails. I always thought quite ruthless. Kind of reminds me of that bit, but that wasn't very powerful. Like, the nails done most of the work with that. Why the nails? Yeah, I actually wanted to go to the. There's some guy in the side here I wanted to look at. Oh, he didn't do much. I wanted to look at this old man. He was making some weird movements, but no, there's not much going on there. Okay. Um, yeah, apologies for the pause already, guys. As I said, that I say this every week, but there's just so many like side details and such. You don't really want to like so much going on. I feel like you're missing stuff if you just like don't pause and go through it. So much attention to detail, even to like the smallest things. Screws and nails. Why? They know who it is. The guy in the intro, do they? And they would be right. He's a terrorist, is he? Ooh. Ah. Fucking hell, this is a nasty relationship then. Jesus. Fucking hell, that's ruthless. On both sides. This is deeply personal. Fucking hell. He got him to kill his own son. And he killed her men and fawning and laughing about it like fucking hell. This is ruthless. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like that is nasty work from Major. Nasty fucking work. Like, I get that they were her men, but making a father kill his own son is ruthless. Yeah, I suppose it is. Never be too careful, I guess. So someone was spying on him for 4 years. That's a lot of ruthlessness going on in this episode. Jesus Christ. Again, this world, you just hate to live in this world, wouldn't you? This world is awful. Fucking come on, guys. There's literally 3 cars parked there. Maybe. I don't know. I don't feel like it'd make much difference. Still, should still be suspicious. Probably check them out and stuff. Yeah, I think it's probably that one. I think it probably needs sufficient revenge. Not just a case of getting revenge, but for what he made, for what she made him do, you'd want it to be nasty. You want some nasty revenge. So who is this guy linked to then, mentally? I thought that was him, to be honest with you. It looks quite similar. But yeah, who was he linked to then? What was the the Soma guy. I mean, we saw the intro segment of him kind of narrowing up his brain because he wanted to link to someone. Was it one of the it was maybe section one or one of the sections that major kind of that kind of stuff, so he could get some intel on her whereabouts and so on. Like why he done that stuff in the intro, I'm assuming. But yeah, as I said, this is just a horrible situation. Again, I like can't fault Major for wanting to get some revenge on the men that he killed and was like laughing about for, but make someone do that to their own son. I don't really care how much of a villain you are. That is fucking ruthless behavior. Like Jesus, like, that's some revenge and a half. I feel like it's always like that though. Like one side done something, and then you feel like you need to get revenge, but like you go too far. I feel like that one's maybe one too far from Major. Not like I look at her a different way, but that has certainly made me think like fucking hell, this is one ruthless lady. Like fucking hell. Um Not want to mess around with her. I mean, we've seen in previous episodes, like last episode when she shot that guy that axed her in the back, but this is like next level. They sit in their fucking desks all day, huh? Call them fireflies. Quite funny. Pretty sure that works. So they really get that shiny from just sitting down all day. Is it the sweat that does that? I don't know. Bit of a slightly disrespectful term, I guess. Oh, Taru. I'm just trying to nap over here. What the fuck are these? Are they human? I think so. They kind of, their faces kind of look a bit funny. Oh no! I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to sound disrespectful because they're homeless people, but I mean, to be fair, we've seen a few animal-looking people. Again, it sounds disrespectful, but they're kind of like rats, right? Kind of like all of them. They all look a bit like rats, especially these guys on the left here. Um, they also look quite cute. They look quite cute. The long face here. But yeah, I don't want to sound disrespectful saying that, but they do just look like rats. Same way the governor guy looks like an ape, I guess. A lot of animalistic looking. I mean, we had the tiger looking girls last episode, um, who I think were quite popular. I think people were looking forward to seeing them, and I can't remember why. I'm not sure if they're a part of like a later story or another material from the author. I'm not sure, but they seemed quite popular last week. Yeah, there's a lot of animal looking people in the show, aren't there? Almost a bit disrespectful. He's made them look like rats, but I guess it kind of makes sense. A lot of them here, fucking hell. So what is this in here? Put down my boy Fuchikoma, no. What is this? Oh shit. I think we might have seen this. Is that the bigger version we saw a couple episodes ago? German engineering, of course. German engineering, Japanese brains. The almighty combination. German engineering, Japanese brains. What a combo, huh? But I swear we saw something similar to that 3 episodes ago. In fact, I know for a fact we did. I don't know if it was the same thing, but it looked somewhat similar. Wow. Is that him? Is that Togusa? No. Oh shit. It's a boyfriend. The fuck? What's he doing there? So he is working. Oh shit. Yeah. So that's at his section one he did connect with. Okay. Oh shit. But again, we did see that in a previous episode, so maybe that was a little already like an indicator that it was section one before we just found out. Really, they're working with Soma. I don't know why though. Ghost of South America. Yeah, very clearly getting used here. But from their perspective, I guess that's a pretty good trade, isn't it? Someone else's agent for that drug lord seems like a pretty good trade. But yeah, should have probably figured out you're getting used, considering the relationship that Soma had with Major. Oh, fucking hell. I was in there himself. Again, honestly, I'm not sure I like. Oh, fuck it hell. There ain't no head left already. Fuck it hell. There's nothing there. See, I don't. Bye bye, terroristo. Quite a funny line to end out on. Bye bye, terroristo. Hey, I don't know about you guys. I don't know if I say I feel bad for the guy, but I don't know if this sounds bad, but I was almost kind of rooting for him a bit here. I don't know how you guys feel. Like, I'm almost kind of rooting for him a little bit. I don't know. Am I weird to think that? Again, I wouldn't go as far as say I felt for him here, or like I was kind of rooting for him to. Again, when something like that happens, like, again, it's just so like that's so fucking. I said it multiple times already, but that's so fucked up. What happened to him? Again, you could say that he started it, so say he deserved it, but either way, if something like that happens to you, like fucking hell. I was almost rooting for him a bit here, honestly. It almost feels bad that we just fucked him over this badly. Just absolutely like at least he died quickly, but like what a brutal extermination this was. Major. Look at that face as well. Fucking Jesus. Nasty relationship these guys had. Bye bye terroristo. Again, I don't know if I'd go far as I feel bad for him, but it's just a nasty, nasty thing in general, isn't it, for both sides? I don't think there was ever going to be like a outcome that would be good, considered good either way. Both of them massively, deeply affected by each other. Clearly. Ah, so they were already on Anaconda Section 9. That's what Major was going to be doing. But they done it without her. Is that what they're saying here? Or did they already take care of him? Hmm. Guess they were. No, I feel like that name's recognizable. Was that in a previous episode we saw this Anaconda guy? Or was that off screen? I can't remember. But yeah, really good episode today. Another one where it's like again really interesting in terms of whose side were you on? Like you're on the side of the terrorist who did initially kill Major's men and is a terrorist, a bad person, or are you on the side of the person that got harmed by him that then done one of the ultimate kind of transgressions in making him kill his own son? Like either way, it was never going to be a smooth outcome here, was it? Like fucking hell, really good setup for a story there, wasn't it? I could imagine. I mean, I know that this series has had anime movies, but I can imagine that being like a movie in itself. That plot reminds me a little bit of Face Off. If any of you guys have seen that movie, there's a somewhat similar plot in that movie. Well, that movie kind of feels like a Japanese anime itself, honestly. The movie Face Off. I watched that as a kid, and I got to the scene where the face comes off, and I had to stop watching, and I finished it like 10 years later. Is that a rental? Bye bye Clay. Oh, that's a nice artwork. Well, that looks fantastic. Yo Moriyama. That's a fantastic bit of artwork. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Again, another great episode. I'm just gonna look up who this is, as I usually do. Oh, no wonder. Sakamoto Days. I love Sakamoto Days. I've only ever watched the anime, and I know it's quite contentious. A lot of people really didn't like the adaptation, but I'm a big fan of Sakamoto Days. I think it's got a sounds weird to say, but it's got a soul. It feels like a very soul-filled anime. Yes, it might not have the greatest animation ever, or the smoothest or whatever, but it's one of those anime that you just like very a bit like this, just like very instantly lovable. But yeah, let's have a look at what other works he's done. I think he's a director. I think it says here, art department, animation department slash director. The Megalobox, which I haven't seen. Red Line, which I haven't seen, but I've seen clips of, and that looks crazy. It's like a racing anime, I think. Attack on Titan worked on. One of the Hunter x Hunter movies. Death Note. Wow, yes, wow. I mean, there's only 10 works on here, but they're all like again out of those 10, Death Note, Attack on Titan, Hunter x Hunter, Saga of Tanya the Evil, which I haven't seen, Lupin the Third, which I know is a big series. That's his work on the art department. As a director, he's only directed 2 anime, to be fair. One of them being Megalobox, which I think won quite a few awards, actually. Yeah, he's a character designer on Sakamoto Days. But he's done a few comic book movies. Wow, Avengers. Oh, wow, he worked on Monster. It's a fantastic series. Master Keaton, which is by the same author. But yeah, it looks like he's done a lot of work on what's his name? Get his name, the author, but it looks like he's done a lot of work on his Urasawa. That's the one. Looks like he's done a lot of Urasawa work, which is not a bad person to be doing work for. Done some really good shows. I've only ever seen two. I've seen Pluto and Monster, to be fair, but absolutely love both of them. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. As I said, another great episode today. Really good setup here, like the intro scene of him getting this. So again, I assume this was to connect him with section one, which I said partway through the episode. Ugh, I didn't even notice that. That girl's pants. They're not molding. Didn't notice that initially. Stop this girl's pants. Yeah, here. Ugh, what is that? They look burnt. They look burnt. Kind of like I used to smoke. So sometimes when you light a lighter and it'd be really big, you like singe your hair, and it kind of look like singed nose hairs. Pants like burnt and like, ugh. What happened there? Um, but yeah, as I said, just really interesting setup. I think this is what connected him with the section one, and they kind of shared information and made this deal through that method. How he got in touch with them, I believe. But yeah, just really interesting kind of. I feel like I've seen like movie. I feel like this is. I don't know if I've seen movies inspired by this, but this kind of feels like inspired by some of like the '80s action movies that I had seen. Where like the situation is that these two are like dating and they work for the same kind of government but different departments, and then he actually ends up working for the department that has made a deal with kind of arch nemesis, I'd say. Like there's some talk about bad blood, like fucking out the relationship she had with this Soma guy is yeah, crazy. Um But yeah, just like a really good setup of everything, like the boyfriend element, the terrorist Soma element, and their like history. I just yeah, I think that would be. I'd like to see again. It'd be really cool to see like a whole movie based on this. I think would be really cool. I wouldn't be surprised if one of the Ghost in the Shell movies is based off this kind of story because this some really good setup. But yeah, some nice action as usual. Again, felt really like dramatic because of the story between the two characters. I thought that element was really good. Again, I didn't. Again, I wouldn't say I felt bad from here, but god damn, he got executed big time right here, understandably so. But I almost was kind of rooting for him a little bit. I don't know about you guys. I love Major. Don't get me wrong, but like if I was put myself in his shoes, I mean, again, he's a terrorist that kill people. I get that, but like at the end of the day, he was a dad that killed his own son as well. So it's like I think that would be one of the worst things that could ever happen to you. So yeah, it was a lot of feelings, a lot of interesting feelings and thoughts on this part here. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought as usual. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date with any of these reactions. And I'll see you guys next week with episode 7.